What's up, boys?
Nick Carson returns, baby.
Yeet!
What's going on, dude?
Not much. Just thug living, basically.
Thug living? How you thug living?
You know, thug bitches, make money.
Yeah?
Slit a couple throats along the way.
Big bitches or small?
If they ain't big, they ain't right.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. What kind of car are you driving?
2004 piece of shit.
Can you fit them in there?
Takes a little moving around, but...
Right? Yeah.
Like...
You're fat shaming. Hey, man. Everyone needs fat girls. If you get a fat girl, then if you fuck a fat chick, then, you know, you shoot to the fucking moon.
Yep.
Right, buddy?
Yep.
We got someone in the corner here. We got two people in the corner here.
Yep.
One, not going to name any names. He goes by Marshall, and he made love to
All I'm saying is, if Mike picks this up, look, I was in a slum. I had me a big, beautiful woman over. I shot a deer the next day.
Yep,
All
he,
I'm
had
saying.
a, he had a BBW over. He got him some, and dude, the next day he got himself a deer. You know.
Any pictures? Young Jamie, pull that shit up.
I want the girl, the deer.
Both.
Oh my God! Look at the antlers on that thing. Look at the
It was bigger than him.
Dude, you should. Dude, you know what you should do? Is you should get like, you know how they have like the two fucking picture thing?
Yeah.
You should have a picture of you and the deer, and then next to it, Big Bertha. You know what I mean? That'd be fucking perfect.
You know what they should do? What they also should do? Is they should have a punch card for fat chicks. Like once you fuck like 4 fat chicks, like you're destined to get like a hot one. Like a rewards card. You know, keep coming back the better they get.
Yeah. Like, yeah, every time, and then then you get like a free skinny girl, right?
Yeah. It's like your
There's
free,
like
free
10
latte
fat
that you get.
chicks.
There's
Is one skinny girl.
You buy 4 large mochas, you get 1 skinny latte.
Right. But that,
Hope you brought your Costco card because you're about to get dick in bulk.
I'm about to get acid bowl. Shit. Man, dude, you know what? I always joke about being canceled, but now, if I'm here, man, this is for the time to be fucking canceled, man.
I bet you a lot of people agree.
Yeah, I guarantee we're not the only ones out with these sick thoughts.
Hey, man, if we had a president saying he's gonna grab him by the pussy, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, alright, they can cancel his ass.
Yeah.
And the new guy is about to take it. I mean, there's all those pictures of them like grabbing chicks and sniffing on their hair.
No, not chicks.
Oh, little
Kids.
girls, yeah. Little
Kids. Let's rephrase.
Dude, I didn't realize his fucking son was a crackhead till like.
You
a couple
didn't
months
know
ago. Yeah,
about
no. Like maybe like 4 months ago, I figured it out, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, that makes sense, because like he left the laptop at the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you leave the laptop? It's like, well, he's on crack.
It's kind of hard to get back to Pennsylvania when you're in California all cracked out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, it's a little hard.
You know what's so funny is like when you do coke, it's like sophisticated. It's like, I'm getting shit done. I'm getting shit done. And then when you do crack, you're just a fucking mess. You know what I mean? I wish, dude, I should get like a crackhead and a cokehead in here. You know, like
See which one lasts.
yeah, like the cokehead. But there's always different levels of cokeheads because you got like the karate teacher cokehead, and then you got like the businessman cokehead. You know what I mean?
Got fucking Jordan Belfort in here.
Yeah, you got like Jordan Belfort, and then remember Horrible Bosses?
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah, or he's like, oh yeah, I think you got that guy.
Where does he get all the energy? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where does he have this energy? That's crazy.
I was watching a bunch of all that crazy UFO shit that the government's finally releasing.
Yeah,
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, let's talk about this because we were just talking about this before you came here.
Just think, in our timeline, we might be able to see aliens.
We might
Yeah.
be able
Just
to see
think.
it.
Well, we would have seen him a year ago if we hadn't bitched out and just raided Area 51.
I know, like a couple people.
I mean, we are about that anniversary is like coming up. Like it was like the August like 15th.
I was saying it was like it was around like the beginning of September. It was around the beginning of September.
So
Go ahead.
we passed the anniversary of when we were supposed to raid it, but then I don't know, everybody was just like, oh, they're probably just gonna machine gun us down. So a few people went out there and just had a dance party.
Yeah, one of our buddies was in the Marines, and they said they had some like people that he knew. They were briefed on it. Like they were briefed, like okay, if they actually like they're dumb enough to do it, like they actually had brief meetings about us raiding Area 51.
Did they ever figure out like what was in that metal thing that was just randomly in two different locations?
I heard that it was like super light and it felt like cardboard.
Really?
That's what I heard. But like they said, like but it wasn't cardboard. Like it felt like it, but it wasn't. It was hard, but like it was about as light and kind of felt like cardboard. That's weird. Yeah, but did you see like it disappeared and somebody took a shit and wrote a note that said bye. Some shit like that. Yeah, someone like literally took a shit like right where it was at and said bye.
I swear to God.
Shit, right? Fucking.
It's a disrespect.
Is it a bear shit in the list of alien shit in the desert? It's an alien shit in the desert. Dude, that'd be funny, dude. If I was an alien, if I was an alien or a fucking ghost, I would just fuck with people. I'd just come down, scare the shit out of some. I don't know if I'd scare some redneck because I might get shot, but I'd probably scare some random people.
Well, if you're a ghost, it doesn't matter if you get fucking shot.
Well, I'm an alien. If I was a ghost, if I was a ghost, that'd be the best people. Black people or rednecks would be the best to fuck with.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would because black people. Oh shit! Oh shit! And then, oh goddamn it, Karen! Like, dude, that'd be fucking perfect.
My favorite, one of my favorite videos is like how white people react to magic. It's like, is this your card? And the white people are like, oh. And with the black people, it's just like, oh! So like guys doing like cartwheels and like running away.
No, what's it called? Yeah, because if you fucking are a ghost and you're just like, if you're just haunting some creepy white guy, like you might get creeped out because he might be like, I like it. You know what I mean? He might be like jacking off and fucking
you're just gonna appear while I'm in the shower. Goes, what you think about this, motherfucker?
This is exactly why.
Especially if you go knuckles up. That's an aggressive posture. You're sending a message. You're saying, I don't even want to be comfortable.
Dude, I hope right there is the fucking where it takes the fucking picture. For the,
thumbnail is me going like,
He's sitting there looking at it and goes, my wife doesn't even want to look at me.
You want to haunt me? You fucking bitch! God, it's like, it's almost like on Scary Movie 2, the clown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Ray Ray's got a game for you. Clowns are fucking creepy.
Oh man, I have a hard time watching those It movies.
I think they're awesome.
I think they're awesome.
I like the old ones a little bit better.
I mean, clowns are creepy enough as they are, let alone a fucking clown that likes to fucking eat people.
Now you got like a child killer.
Yeah.
Never know.
I guess they'll be back in. They gotta go do some festivities.
No, we ain't going back.
Sucks being tall. He just fucking hit his head, by the way, for anyone.
Oh, God.
Anyone to fucking know I was gonna turn.
Oh my god, it's so horrible. There's blood everywhere.
It doesn't look so bad.
Paint a picture.
Oh.
Dude, you know what you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Which I need to fucking watch because it's Christmas time? Elf.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that movie. And I didn't realize I did, but I knew this, but like, you know, you forget shit. I forgot that, what's his name? John Favreau, is that his name?
Favreau, guy who saved Star Wars.
Yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, because he directed,
He's created The Mandalorian and keeps directing like most of the episodes.
Yeah, he does. Well, I watched the whole thing behind it. Oh shit.
Quit calling him!
Yeah, hold on. Hey, let me call you back. Is he okay? Oh, well, at least he's okay. That's good. God, he's all the way in Olathe, or they picked him up? Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. I hope he's okay. Call me and let me know. All right. Love you. Bye. So my dad, which is so funny. It's not funny, but it is because like I'd be freaking out too. So my dad's dog. First off, my dad loves his fucking dog more than me. Like the dog eats more than me. The dog gets fed first. He always like if I hear my dad, oh doodle bug, like he's talking to me. I mean, I guess it'd be weird my dad talking to me like that. You get it.
My 21-year-old son, oh doodle bug.
Hey, you know what, baby? If you would have did that, I wouldn't be so angry. But anyways,
Daddy didn't love me.
Daddy didn't love me.
Oh, somebody has daddy issues.
Daddy wasn't there. No, but he loves his fucking dog. Feeds him eggs, feeds him oats every fucking morning.
Damn.
Yeah, dog's a beast, dude. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the dog's been shot in the dick, through his leg, through his dick. He lives in the country, so you know how people are in the country. Like they don't want fucking with their cattle and shit. Been run over by a 4-wheeler. Has eaten rat poison and took him to the hospital, and they were like, yeah, he's gonna die. Has jumped out when he was a puppy of a car window going like 60 or 70. This dog is like fucking Wolverine, dude. He heals back up. Like the day he got ran over, I saw him. He was limping. The next day, he's fucking sprinting. I'm like, dude, are you just like first generation Wolverine? Like what I'm guessing Wolverine was like when he was actually 20. Like he's just healing up. Not as good as he is. You know what I mean? Like not as good as he does now. But like, dude, it's fucking crazy. But my dad fucking ran over his dog because he Brutus likes to fucking, his name's Brutus, he likes to
That's
fucking
perfect
bite.
for this fucking dog.
Yeah, well, Brutus, there's three, it's Brutus 3. My dad names all his dogs Brutus. So, my dad, and I hate to make fun of this, but it's funny, but it's not. He bites tire. I've ran over, I've hit him with my car, because he doesn't fucking learn. He bites the tire when you're driving, you know? And I'm like, dude, fucking move. But he went and bit my dad's tire, and my dad ran him over, and he just ran off. Brutus ran off into the woods after he got ran over. But my dad said they found him. He has a gash in his head, and he won't come to anybody. So I'm sure if he was going to die, he'd die by now. So I think he's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he's all right. I hope so. I love that dog. I'm like my dad. I love dogs.
Yeah, dogs are awesome. Cats are a bunch of
Dude, I
assholes.
fucking hate cats, man. I could kill a cat and not feel bad.
Yeah, whenever I see like a cat get killed in a movie, I'm like, yeah. But when I see a dog, like at John Wick, I'm like,
Those
that's
fucking
fucked up.
Russians.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked
They
up.
deserve everything Keanu brings to them.
Yeah, dude, seriously, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Cat, just, yeah. But dog, that ain't right, man. That ain't right.
It's not, dude. They're like so loyal and nice and just cats that just like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Dude, even people who like cats, like my brother loves cats. I'm pretty sure like his cat, I mean, I'm sure he's upset, but his cat got taken away or something. He's like, whatever. I don't know, dude. They're just like, plus they run off. They run off. They go fuck a bunch of other cats. They go do a bunch of shit, and then they come back like 2 weeks later. That's what my cat used to do. I had this cat that would fight fucking foxes. Swear to God, this cat had a swollen head, this fucking big. Both like his ears were one ear was halfway ripped off. They both were kind of like disfigured because of how many fights he'd get into. Because he loved fucking. Like he loved to fuck. And so he would get into so many fights because he wanted to fuck, you know. And he had like these like the side of his head, both sides of his head from his ears were like just no hair because of how many times he's gotten fucking clawed at. And one time, and he used to get fucked up. Like, badly. He wouldn't win. Like, he would win some, lose some, right? He was a typical tough guy. Dude, I remember watching, because, like, you see foxes go in these woods over here, and I saw, like, my cat go in, and then I saw a fucking orange tail. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I see him fighting like a baby fox, dude. I'm like, holy shit, dude. This cat is unreal. And he would leave for, like, a month and come back. I don't know where he went. He could have had another family. I don't know.
Some cats, I will give some cats credit. They don't give a fuck. Like, you ever see the clip of the fucking cat that makes an alligator run away?
No.
Yeah, it's like I can't tell the difference between like a croc and an alligator. So it's
What
one
is
of
the
those.
difference?
Crocs have the wider snout, and I guess crocs have a more V-shaped
Or alligators have the wider.
And I think,
Crocs have the narrow, right?
I think it got it mixed up. I can't tell, honestly.
I don't know.
And I look it up, and then I get it mixed up, like which one has a V-shaped, which one has a U-shape. But that's really basically the only difference as far as American Crocs and Gators go. But it's one of those fucking things, coming at this cat, and like, it's obviously owned by white people, so the white people are filming this instead of getting their fucking cat away from the alligator. But
They're like, I got money on my cat.
that cat just bitch slaps the alligator on the nose, and it takes off and goes back in the lake.
Right, dude. What's it called? Have you seen the video of a Florida man saves fucking puppy? He has like a fucking, he has like overalls on, big guy, fucking has a hat on and a cigar in his fucking mouth, like one of those, not like Swisher Sweet, but they're like one size bigger, like they're the smaller, but those, what's his name? Fucking Bill Clinton cigars in his fucking mouth, or Clint Eastwood cigars in his mouth.
Is that before or after he put it in Monaco Lewinsky?
Yeah. It was after. It definitely was after because he got the strength. Dude, he fucking grabs it. It was a baby croc or a baby alligator, whatever. It was smaller, and it had a hold. And he's in the water. Like his video starts out, he's in the water. He pulls the fucking croc out and fucking he goes like this with a cigar in his mouth the whole time. Fucking lets the dog go and throws the fucking alligator back in. The dog's fine. The dog is uninjured. The dog's fine because this fucking man fucking opens this crocodile's fucking jaws and lets the puppy out. And it was a small dog. Like it was like a Chihuahua type dog.
That's the Florida man version of that Australian clip where that dude is fucking dog gets in a chokehold by a kangaroo,
dude, that's
and
badass.
he just goes up there and punches that kangaroo square in the jaw.
Yeah, because you know what? Those things can fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Fuck
They're
that.
a weird fucking animal, dude.
But you know what? I'd do some shit for my dog. Like, I would fucking kill a mountain lion. I don't know if I'd be able to kill it, but I'd fuck it up for my dog. If it got a hold of my dog, I'd do some shit. Yeah. I would be an idiot, honestly. I know I would. Yeah.
Those things are fucking scary. That's how Joe Rogan's dog got killed.
Yeah, did you watch the
dog.
last podcast
Yeah.
with the drug chick? The chick who videotapes the... Oh, fuck.
Well, he's talked about it in other podcasts.
Has
he?
he?
Even in a comedy skit, like he tells the story.
Yeah, I didn't know Mariana Van Zeller. I don't know. She does some drug. She videotaped like for cocaine, like the documentary Cocaine and shit like that. Pretty interesting. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. A couple podcasts have kind of been since Spotify. I've been like, but this one was really good.
Yeah. But going back to one that I did see was those two UFO guys, and they just talked nonstop about Bob Lazar and some of the stuff that the government's been releasing. That's just crazy that the government's finally like legitimately openly saying like, yeah, UFOs are legit.
Why? Because they were trying to cover it. Actually, I take that back because there's another Rogan one. Some guy. Oh wait, it was the UFO guys that you were just saying, where they said about the weather balloon, and this has been a thing for like one day. It's for Roswell. It's, something crashed and we don't know what it is. And Bob Lazar even says, well, it's like really light metal. It's like you can bend it and then it reshapes its form, right? Yeah. And then the next day, they're like, oh, it's a weather balloon. Like, okay, dude, what are you doing? What are you covering up here?
They have this like, it's almost like they shuffle cards. It was a weather balloon.
Right, no kidding.
It was a glitch in the radar. It was light reflected from the swamp gas of Venus.
You see off topic, but you see Saturn and Jupiter are going to align here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking supposed to look cool.
Yeah, maybe the aliens are planning a little celebration for it that we'll get to see.
Maybe, dude. Dude. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how the government's all of a sudden, like you said, just like, yeah, they're real. But they're not like fully saying they're real, but they're like,
they're just giving teases that there's something out there.
They're like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually, like you said, they had the fucking cards for a minute. They're like, yeah, look at this, oh no, weather balloon. But now they're like, oh, I don't fucking know.
No, here's what I wonder. there's like this, theory that, whenever a president gets inaugurated, the first thing they do is they like put him in a room where they have like the book of every secret in America, and they get to read through the book like one time. So I wonder if I think that's actually bullshit or they just didn't do it for Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump would have tweeted every fucking secret in that book by now.
Here's the thing. I think he did. Because remember when he wanted a Space Force? Why the fuck would you want a Space Force? You know why you wanted a fucking Space Force? Because they were like, look, dude, here's the deal. We have fucking aliens, okay? I'm just being honest. I was told not to tell you, but we have to. Do not overreact or tell anyone about this. And then Trump goes, we need a fucking Space Force.
Hold my tan. Hold my straight tan.
Well, we clearly need a Space Force.
And it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be great.
I don't like aliens, especially if they're illegal. He doesn't like any aliens, bro.
They're coming in here, undocumented, taking our own.
They're green. They're small.
They have these big eyes. They're huge eyes.
Dude, okay, here's the thing. Like we said, we can sit here and say, okay, so this is what aliens look like. If I say alien, you automatically what comes to your head?
The Greys.
The Greys, yeah, the Greys, right?
Exactly.
Which is like, oh, they're from Mars, or what? You know what I mean? So it's like and don't get me wrong. I guess Bigfoot and shit like that is the same way. Like it's kind of like, okay, we get an idea, but not really. Like aliens are a little more specifically. I feel like enough people have seen aliens to be like, okay, this is what they fucking look like.
Well, you ever seen the movie Paul with Seth Rogen where he voices an alien?
Yeah. I love that.
He mentions that his face has been slowly slipped into pop culture over the years, so that if their species ever like meet fully face to face, you don't have a fucking spaz attack.
Dude, that's crazy. That makes sense. I forgot that movie, dude. That was a really good movie.
I was recently watching Fire in the Sky.
Dude, that movie's legit.
But then I go and watch, an actual conference with the real Travis Walton, and
you think they're lying?
I don't think he's lying at all.
Really?
I think it's a true story. He just says that the movie horribly portrays his actual experience. Like the movie it's like, oh, the book's better, or oh, the source material is better. That's kind of like. Yeah, I mean, the movie makes it a little bit more terrifying than his actual experience.
It does, yeah.
But yeah, it's just like,
Well, he said does he say he remembers? I gotta watch that. Does he say he remembers, like, being like, in this? Because you remember the movie, obviously you just watched it recently, where he's in the spaceship and he's trying to get out.
Yeah.
Is that like...
kind of, and yes, and this is the whole, experience in the spaceship. Like, I just recently watched it, so I got it down pretty good. He wakes up, and this is after he was in the woods with all of his buddies, and,
right.
After seeing this craft and all of his buddies yelling, like, get back in the fucking truck, he's like, okay, maybe I should go back, and that's when, the light hits him, picks him up, and flings him down and knocks him out. And when he wakes up, he kind of feels like maybe he's in a hospital because all the bright lights in his face. He sees, these, like, figures kind of around him, and he thinks they're people, but as his visions, kind of getting, adjusted to this light, one of the aliens looks over and he immediately tells it's not human. And then the scariest thing ever, it kind of leans in and squints at him, and that's when he like freaks the fuck out. Like he like flails his arm about, and he like gets this like big like kind of object, and he's like leaning at them like telling them to fuck off. Yeah. And they kind of like start to like get closer, but then they're like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't get in on him while he's like freaking out, and they kind of just walk off. So he kind of, looks out the doorway as they go down this long hallway and take a left. So he's just sitting there like, what the fuck was that? Where the fuck am I? So he's like, well, I got to get the fuck out of here. So he's going down the same hallway, decides to go right instead. And there's only one room at the very end of this hallway, and it's this empty room except for one chair. And he's already getting like the horror, movie scene where like it's gonna swing around and something terrifying is gonna be in there. So he's taking the long way around this chair, ready to, pounce if this is like something scary.
It's crazy.
Chair's empty, thankfully, but there's like these little buttons on the side. So he's like trying to push buttons, nothing's happening. He looks back in the hallway, and now there's somebody standing there, but he looks human. And he's kind of wearing this like blue, kind of shiny like suit, and he's got a helmet on. And he goes up to him and goes, "Hey, like, where are we? Like, I need to get out of here." And this dude is kind of, not really making eye contact with him. He was kind of looking around and kind of through him. He's not making eye contact with him, and he just kind of is leading him away. He doesn't say anything. And then he, takes him out of this craft and now they're in this big hangar with all these other crafts just like the other one. And he's just like, where are we? Like, how many of these things are there? And he leads them into this, other room with all these other, human-looking things. And he said this is weird because they all look like they were siblings almost, because they all had very similar features. There's no, like, flaws in their skin, and none of them are saying anything. And
these are the human figures, right?
Yeah, these are, but they also don't look normal.
Right, yeah.
And they end up kind of just, like, basically guiding him on this table. They put a gas mask over him, and that's the last thing he remembers.
That's fucking insane. Yeah, the movie did not do that at all. The only thing the movie did that related to that, from what I remember, it's been a minute, but I think the squint thing, right?
They do kind of like squint at him.
They squint, but then he tries to get out, and then he ends up in a weird, slimy fucking thing, almost like alien type deal. He's going through a wall or something like that. Yeah. That's, you know what? Because if they would have, I get it, it's like more horrific, but I think,
and then, of course, they strap him down to this table, and they have, like, a drill that goes into, like, straight into his eye.
That was in the movie, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Because when he's giving his conference, he goes, there was no alien torture chamber.
That's funny. But see, that's another thing is like, okay, why would this guy be making it up? If he's saying, no, that's bullshit. That's not what I experienced.
Well,
you know what I mean? You're having something so specific.
The thing that gives it so much credibility is he is, like, this is a federal case.
For a while.
This is a federal case. You can look it up. It's proven that for 5 days he was reported missing.
Yeah.
For 5 long days, all of his buddies are being put under the same scrutiny, and they give the exact same one story.
Right.
None of them break and try and, decide to change up their story.
Did they take lie detector tests too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And out of like the 13 total tests they all took, only one came back inconclusive, which means basically the test wasn't given wrong, or it was given wrong, or improperly. But everything else, like, these guys passed their test. Like,
that's wild, dude.
And then finally, out of nowhere, Travis Walton gone for 5 days, but looking like they feel like he might have been missing a little bit longer in his time because of just how malnourished he was, how much facial hair growth he had.
That's crazy. I wonder if like, where they took him. Like, I wonder, because you know what I mean? Like, do you think they're in outer space? How did he survive in the fucking plane in outer space? Do they need oxygen too? Maybe not. Were they on another planet? Were they actually at their fucking planet?
And then, there's the whole thing where, like, if you're traveling at a certain speed, time moves differently for you.
Yeah. Because I saw that probably on Rogan.
And then, like in Interstellar, they covered that, and like if you're like on that planet too close to the black hole, like an hour there is like 45 years back on Earth, or whatever the time thing was.
Right. That's so crazy. Yeah. So like that means if if you're going faster, it's like if you're going faster, you will age
slower. Yeah. So like,
is that proven?
I've yet to hear anybody deny that.
Right.
But we're also talking about science that we can only theorize. We can't really, send somebody the speed of light.
Is always changing.
Yeah,
right?
we can't really, that's not something we can properly measure at this point.
Yeah.
Fucking aliens, help us out, man.
No shit.
Save us, stupid ass advanced chimpanzees.
Well, and see, here's the thing. Also, is like, first off, that's very interesting that they were human-like, but they looked weird and different. Yeah. What if they were like they were head in charge, and they were like the creators, or maybe they're like a prototype of fucking what humans are like, and they are the aliens are the creators, or some shit like that.
Or the theory that aliens kind of have these like hybrids between them and humans that kind of run around.
Doing some fucking or some splicing it up in a fucking. I'd like to learn how that works.
And then there's the theory
And
that,
bear pig.
and then the theory is that the Men in Black are kind of also they're like the hybrids because of just how almost every encounter with the Men in Black, they just don't seem very human.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, because they're real like straight face and stuff like that.
Straight face, they have these weird features about them that just don't seem right, and they're always, the hat and sunglasses.
Right.
They're not Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones,
Yeah.
fighting to save aliens. Like, they're saying, hey, you saw a UFO? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's funny. Alright, so this is what you're gonna do. Get some new drapes in here. God, I love that movie, dude.
Hire a decorator because, damn!
Yeah, because damn. I love Will Smith. What's it called? Fuck, it's gonna come to me. It was something about, no, I almost had it. Fuck. It was something about with the aliens we were talking about, so with a spaceship, you've heard all the stuff, you've heard like everything about Bob Lazar, right? Like you've watched
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, you've watched the documentary. I like the Joe Rogan better, not just because I'm a fan, but because it's actually him talking. Because the dude that I don't really. It's not that I don't like that guy who does the documentary. The slick back hair, wannabe tough guy. He just comes off as like it just comes off corny, like the documentary. You know what I mean? I think they had some famous person, almost like it wasn't Salmon. No, it was Mickey Rourke.
Oh.
Narrated it. I'm like, why the fuck are we having? It's like, yo, man, it's pushed. I'm like, dude, why are we having Mickey Rourke? Anyways, but so you know how like he took his friends out and he said, well, we're testing, like we're actually flying these fucking UFOs ourselves. Yeah. So it makes you think. I wonder if we go to fucking outer space with these UFOs, man.
I'm not sure, but have you ever heard the theory of why we never went back to the moon?
Why? I thought we did.
No, we stopped going back a while ago. We went back after Apollo 11, right? But we stopped going back, and the theory is that the last time we went there, we were told not to come back.
That'd be crazy.
And it is believed, like even Buzz Aldrin has kind of said, like, we saw fucking aliens on the moon when we were there.
Buzz Aldrin said that?
Yeah. Like, he hasn't, I'm not sure if he said it on air, but Alex Jones swears that, like, off air, like, he promised him, like, yeah, we saw aliens. And there's all these other, like, little things that they've seen that might have been, like, yeah, Apollo 11 was kind of covering up a few things that they actually truly witnessed. Because they had the channel that, people at home watching could listen to,
right.
But they also had this medical channel that they could switch to just talk to Houston directly without the public hearing it.
Right.
And they believe, like, I haven't heard this audio myself, but they have audio where it's like Houston's like saying, well, what are they doing now? And one of the guys says, well, right now they're just kind of watching us.
That's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Moon people. I wonder what moon people. Maybe they're the Greys.
Moon people, moon people.
Moon people. Dude, what if they're the Greys, dude?
Yeah, I mean, why not? If they're gonna just
close.
have a home base close to where you're, watching your little guinea pigs fuck shit up.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? That's fucking wild, man. But it seems the moon's so small, though. That's the only thing. So maybe it's just not that. Maybe that's where what's his face went. Maybe because there's not so many of them. They're like, let's make more. Just like I see that. Oh, look at that. There's a fucking place over there to our right. Look over there. Okay, well, let's go throw some fucking species down there and let it fucking roam. Let's see what. Oh my God, there's lions. Oh my God, what the fuck is this thing? Like, oh dude, they're fucking idiots. They're fucking each other now in the butt. No, it's not supposed to go in there. God, Kim Kardashian, what the hell is this? Plastic surgery?
Oh man. I want to kill them. I want to kill them, but I also can't stop watching.
I can't stop watching. One guy's like, eat popcorn. I like it. We did good.
It's like that episode of South Park where Planet Earth is a fucking TV series.
Dude, fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, God, it makes me fucking wonder. I wish. I would love to. Everyone wants to see one. Like, that's another thing. That's the problem also, is that it's hard to believe people because everyone wants to see one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
See,
just like Bigfoot.
I would kind of want to be abducted, but I also don't want to be abducted at the same time.
Was that guy like fucked in the head because of it, or is he pretty normal?
Travis Walton. He said it was, a pretty traumatic experience, but it's kind of just something he's kind of learned to live with.
Right.
And because, he wasn't in the alien torture chamber as the movie portrayed him, it's not something that, completely ruined him for life. He just saw some shit that kind of freaked him out.
Right, yeah. I wonder if, what's it called? Yeah, because remember the ending of that movie? He's like, they don't want me back, or something like that.
Yeah.
He says something along the lines.
Yeah, I think he goes back to where he first got taken. He's like talking to somebody. He goes, I don't think they want me anymore.
Yeah, because he like kind of fought him off or whatever. I wonder if he feels that way. Like really, you know what I mean? I wonder if he really said that.
I think in real life it's like once is enough.
Yeah, it's like God. I hope that fucking never happens again. Jesus Christ! But it's crazy to live to fucking tell that story.
Yeah. Well, it's just like Barney and Betty Hill. You ever heard their story?
I have, but how isn't that kind of been debunked? I don't know.
No, there's nothing that could debunk it because there's no evidence saying that didn't happen to them. But just how foolproof, and how similar their story is. There's no dents in it.
They got abducted out of their house. They live in the country.
No,
right?
they're driving home from an event.
They're driving home.
Yeah.
And God, I used to read all these books when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to love them.
And another thing is it's like, why would they lie about it? Here's the part that nobody ever talks about when they're talking about the couple, because I feel like it makes them uncomfortable, but it's an important detail. They're an interracial couple in the 1950s.
They're interracial?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He's a black dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. I always thought it was a fucking two white people.
No, she is a white woman and he is a black guy, and they are an interracial couple in the 1950s.
Yeah, why would you want to bring more
They're already in enough scrutiny as it is.
100%.
Now you want to be the fucking, you fucking saw aliens, when they put a probe up your butthole.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, that would definitely not sit well. Yeah, that's actually good. That makes it, it's funny that makes it more believable because, which is sad, but it's true. It's like, okay, let's be real here. They're interracial in the 1950s. Yeah. They're not lying about you. They're not trying, like you said, they're in enough scrutiny.
It's just telling it how it is. Interracial couples in the 1950s was kind of, taboo.
Yeah.
That's just kind of, it wasn't like everybody was ready to go to a Klan rally and shit and burn a cross. It's just, that was kind of like, that's new.
Right. There still is something like that. Like, I know people, if it's a black girl and a white guy, every couple I know who, it's a black girl and a white guy, they tell me, they're like, we get looks all the time. Like, all the fucking time.
One of my buddies, he's mixed, half black, half white, and on his dad's side is where he's black, and he only dates white chicks. Like, he just says that he can't date black chicks, and I'm like, well, you're half black, so I guess you get to say that.
Right. I love black girls. They're great. They're awesome. I love everything about black girls. I'm a fan.
You keep doing what you're doing, ladies.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
100%.
All day. I'm not really a fan of white girls. I said that on the last podcast, and just not.
Really?
I don't know what it is. White girls are attractive, right? Like, every girl of every race can be attractive. Like, it's just, for the most part, I'm not like, when you see a girl, it's like, oh no, she's attractive. I just don't find her, I think she's good looking, but I don't find her attractive, if that makes sense, yeah. That's how I feel about most white girls. It's like, yeah, she's hot, but not really for me, I guess. I don't know. It's not all, just most white girls, especially nowadays. The whole fucking white girl movement.
So you don't like the we all wear leggings and
No, it's not
we all
that.
drink
I don't
our
like
Starbucks,
I don't like the.
wear
No,
Ugg boots.
It's totally not that.
We're all named Sarah or Emily.
Yeah, I don't. It's not that. It's more of. I don't know. I just don't know. I can't even put my finger on it. Like there's something like if okay. Here's the thing. If a white girl talks like this, hey, what's going on? You know, like any other. Doesn't matter what race you are. Any other normal person. But if a white girl talks like this, I want to blow my fucking brains out. You know what I mean? I don't want. I hate that noise. Is literal fucking white noise to my ears, and it is fucking. It's like a dog whistle. It fucking hurts. Tom Lemon Dogs, no. I just don't like fucking that Starbucks sounding voice.
And they're almost all of them are exclusively Karens too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all, but yeah.
You know what? That I went a little overboard. They're not like all, but white girls tend to. When there's Karens, they tend to almost all be white.
Yeah, 100%. I've met one black Karen, and you know exactly who it is. Our boss.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that is a fucking Karen right there.
Yeah, she was. Except she was at least semi-cool to me. It was just you that she like had a...
She mostly hated everybody but me because I fired back at her because of the way she treated people. Yeah, and she was just ridiculous, man. And it's crazy. When I quit that job, I was like... but we're talking about our old job. I don't ever say like we're fucking... Well, I was at Target. I don't give a shit. But we had an old job, and we had a boss, and she was just nasty to everybody. But yeah, she really didn't like me because, I don't know, I fired back at her and some other people did, so she really had it out for them. And when I left to pick up my check, I go in, and for the people, let's just give the rundown on it, dude. I mean, she would like example, the first time I met her, I had a coffee. She pulled in a box. I put it in a box while I was working because we would work on these U-boats, you know, and just stop things as Target. And she pulled the box and spilled my coffee and was like, hey, you're not supposed to have drinks out here. Made me clean it up. I'm like, well, did you spill it? No, it was already spilled. I was like, bullshit, because I've been drinking out of this, you know. She would throw trash in my aisle and then blame me for it. And then the reason why I know it was her was because because I was in charge of an aisle, I would go and ask people, hey, who put trash here? Hey, who put trash here? I asked 4 people one day, all of them said her. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I called her out on it. And she's like, I'll never leave trash around. And I told that to like you know, Charles and shit like that. They were all like, bullshit. Bullshit. She leaves trash all the fucking time. Yeah. She was, but she was, when I left to go, anyways, back to what I was saying, when I left, I had my check, and they because I actually didn't, because here's the thing, I told them, hey, I gotta start my new job on the 16th. I have to be there. Like, I can't say, you know, and it was 2 weeks. This was one day from 2 weeks. But the schedule wasn't out. Well, because it's not your full 2 weeks, we can't, you're not going to be rehirable. I was like, whatever. The next day, they took me off the schedule. I was like, so, because I told them I'd stay, you know, for like one day or whatever. They were just like, no, but we can take you off the schedule the next day, but no, because it's not your full 2 weeks. But anyway, so because of that, the last 3 days I didn't show up, so they took my check and held it, like for fucking ransom, pretty much. So I came in and was like, hey, where's my check? And the new HR guy was like, oh yeah, hey, they only do that so they can ask you why you quit or whatever. So he gave me my check. He's like, what happened? And I was like so close to be like, let me just tell you. But I was like,
hold my beer.
Yeah, but I literally had my check. I was like, nothing, man. I just got a new job, and then just walked out. I was like, I don't give a shit at all. Like, just fucking whatever. Let Carmen take care of whatever it needs to take care of. Everyone here is miserable. So, if me just fucking adding on to the fire, I don't care, dude. I don't.
See, that's how what I happened was I just got to the point where I was just like so done with it, so emotionally uninvested that I just decided to go through the motions, kind of go in only if I really felt like if I...
Yeah, same here.
Because
I would call in a lot because I was done. And I don't do that. I've never done that in any other job.
And then it was just got to the point where they're like, hey, you're a no call, no show. And I was just like, yeah, I know. And they're like, well, that's the third time, so you're done. I was just like, well, bitch, you could have called me. For being a no call, no show fire. I was just like, you could have called me. I really hope that she thought about that. I was just like, motherfucker.
Yeah, cocksucker. Like, you didn't call it. Dude, but you know what's so funny is, like, they fucking had me down as a no call, no show, and I called in. And I was like, and I know who it was her. And I was like, what the fuck? I said, hey. And then they said, the new girl, Mel, was like, hey, there's nothing we can do about it. I was like, how? You guys put it on there. How could you not take it off? She's like, well, do you have evidence? I was like, well, you just said there's nothing you can do about it. Why are you asking for evidence? And she fucking quit, dude. I don't know what happened to her.
The biggest fucking Karen though at Target was the older white chick that fucking always was showing her goddamn ass crack.
Oh god, she's fucking crazy. I don't think, could we get sued for talking about it? No, we couldn't. They're just talking.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like we're giving her full like name and address, social security, birth date.
Target gets sued for that. It's not like, I don't think so. No, I'm not big enough anyways, I don't care.
Target's gonna sue us for telling true stories.
True stories about that fucked up company. Yeah, she was a bitch, dude. She was always like, I told her, I don't want to work at 5 in the morning. Because they said, hey, and this is what really kind of made me put in my 2 weeks was, and not finish it, was, well, what really was because they said you're not rehireable. Well, M said I wasn't rehireable. So I was like, okay. Boom. And she didn't say, she told Kay that I wasn't rehireable. So I was like, okay, cool. So, ass crack lady, before that, I told her, hey, she goes, well, what days would you like to work? I said, well, I prefer like 7 or something. I don't really like being here at 5. It's really, like, it's hard for me to go to bed that early, you know. I'm not trying to sound like it was, but it's true. Oh, we had no idea that you wanted that. Oh, we'll make sure we'll do that. Yeah. Well, how many hours you want to work? I mean, I work every day, 5 days a week. It's fine. Just 2 days off. That's all I ask, you know, 2 or 3, 40 hours. Oh, you want to work 40 hours? How long have I been here? A year? Yes, I want to work for. How many hours do I work every? Oh, we didn't know that. Like, dude, it's just such full of shit. She's just one of those people who are such full of shit, you know. And you could, yeah.
The voice it's like that episode of South Park where they're trying to deal with their cable company and they were always like, oh, but you have to deal with their packages. You have to deal with their bundles. They like pull down the flaps and like start rubbing their bare nipples.
I remember that. Oh, fucking hell.
Well, it used to be a thing with UFC fighters. Like somebody created like it was good luck to tweak your nipples before a fight.
Was it?
Yeah, like you'd see like as they're announcing them or like as Bruce Buffer was giving their stats, they look at the camera and kind of like tweak their nipple real quick. It was like in like the mid 2000s, like for a year that was like a good luck charm.
That's funny, dude. It's funny you say that. So where I work now, I'm unloading trucks, and I like something fell on my nipple. This happens. It's cold, so you know when you fucking pinch something, it fucking hurts. Dude, my God, I thought my nipple was ripped off. I had to check. I was like, dude, is it gone? Which is funny. When I was at Target, dude. So you know we got plastic pallets now to go on the stuff because and it goes under the wood pallets. So yeah, they put every pallet that comes off the truck has to go on a plastic pallet now. Yeah, because we don't want to fuck with the floors. So I'm loading these plastic pallets, right? And I'm standing like this. I got sweatpants on, so feel free to feel good about me or whatever. I'm going like this, right? Okay, see this motion. I'm taking what there's a stack here, I need a stack here, right? Stack here, stack here. I'm taking these plastic, this. You ever have good dick days? I was having a good dick day. My dick was hanging low. I took a fucking plastic pallet and I dropped it and my junk just clashed. And you ever been hit by like an airsoft gun? It felt like that times a million. Just smashed on my dick, the tip of my dick, and I just fucking fell to the ground. Like, I screamed for Charles. I was like, Charles! Oh God! I was like, dude, I was so numb. I was like, is it still there? I went into the fucking trailer, which I know there's cameras. I pulled my dick out and looked, It was like black and blue, dude. I was like, fuck. I was like, oh my god. I looked at it. I even like kind of opened the hole a little bit, make sure I wasn't bleeding, dude. I was scared. I was scared my dick was fucking bleeding because it hurt, dude. I've never experienced pain like that in my life. That was some fucking, dude. It was fucking terrible. That was like giving birth.
Was it
my
swollen?
penis.
Was it swollen?
Dude, it looked pretty good. It was a good size. It went up
That's
like
like
an inch or two because it was swollen. I was like, dude,
It's
I'm
like
gonna have sex in like 30 minutes.
exactly. It's like some girls just like I only go with black dudes, and you're like, oh, guess what I got right now?
Look at that! It's black and it's big. Just for 30 minutes, so we gotta.
I know
hurry
it's also
up.
kind of a little blue and purple, but
Yeah.
see that's black.
Yeah, it's black. Yeah, and it's you know it's girthy right now. It's swollen. So just let me know.
One day
We gotta hurry up though, because it's gonna go back down to my average white size here in a minute.
you just keep doing that and doing that over and over again until finally, like, one day it falls off. And the doctor's just like, "Yeah, you kept fucking smashing your cock. What did you think was gonna happen, idiot?"
No, what did you think? Yeah, you kept smacking your cock. What did you? That's fucking funny. Well, they got those penis pumper things.
It's like, luckily we do have one penis in stock to replace it. Oh, really? Who did it belong to? Bruce Jenner.
Oh god. Here's the thing: if I was getting a dick replacement, if my dick got cut off and I was getting a replacement, knock on wood, I would like. Let's say there's a list. If there's a list of people, I would look at the blackest name and be like, that one. I want his. I want his. I want that one. Like, I want Darnell Williams' penis. I do not want Alex Smith. I do not want fucking it. I don't want
Alex Smith.
I do not want Larry.
I want Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I want Lamar Jackson.
I want Hingle McCringleberry.
Yeah.
I want X-Wing at deliciousness.
Yeah, I do not want Luke Goff, Nick Carson. No, in any white name, I'm like, no.
Did you just say Nick Carson?
Nick Carson, yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm not saying you're small, but on paper, that's what it's going to sound
Well,
like
I don't
to
want
me.
Luke Goff. How
No,
about that?
I wouldn't want Luke Goff either. Trust me. I want Lamar Jackson, any black name that's on there. And watch you get it, and it'd be fucking. You'd be like, God damn it. Watch you be a white guy too. It's like, what the fuck? Well, I was adopted. Yeah, I would definitely do that, 100%.
Speaking of Alex Smith, how about fucking one-legged, crippled Alex Smith taking out the fucking Steelers, leading the no-names to a win?
Yeah, the team victimized by 2020. the one victim by another victim by 2020. Washington football.
They had their identity stripped from them.
Like SpongeBob. My identity. Dude,
The
that'd
white man
be
just-
a good meme. Like, have SpongeBob, but have it be like the Redskins, and then it just be like, my identity.
And then some football team
Yeah.
logo.
Dude.
But
Yeah.
not only is it just that, his fucking, legs just for show at this point.
Right.
But then he fucking got cleated in the other leg, and it was fucking
bleeding.
gushing. He was gushing a little bit,
I
yeah.
was like, oh my god. Dude.
So either he got cleated really good, or he's an excessive bleeder. Or a little bit of both.
Probably both. How is he looking this year?
Oh, he's not that good.
Yeah, I mean,
It's check downs and swings all the way around.
He's I mean, would you call him a veteran, or would you just call him? He's just out the door, really.
I mean,
How long has he been? 12, 15 years?
well, I mean,
NFL?
he already reached his ceiling. He wasn't gonna get it.
Yeah, and don't
his
get me
style
wrong.
is just meant to be very,
Average.
very average and not very exciting.
Average Al, yeah, that's what I always called him. Everyone got mad at me, like hardcore Chiefs fans would be like, let me correct you there. He actually has the best passing rush yards. I was like, okay, I get it. Stats wise at the time, he was great. But I was like, but all we need is a new quarterback and we'll be fucking on top. And what happened? We got a new quarterback.
2 years
Chiefs are
later,
on top.
yeah. And I just it's almost, there's a certain pettiness with Chiefs fans when they're like, oh, well, Alex Smith trained him. Alex Smith molded him into this quarterback he was. And I'm just like, you're telling me that check down Alex created this fucking balls deep motherfucker?
Yeah, fucking Jesus motherfucker. This Messiah.
When did Alex Smith teach him the no look? When did Alex Smith teach him the left-handed pass while Von Miller's on his
Right.
fucking ankles?
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah. When did Alex Smith teach him how to throw it off his back foot? When did Alex Smith teach him how to fucking do that 20-yard scramble to the end zone against the Titans?
Here's another thing I'd argue with Chiefs fans, and I'm a Chiefs fan. Like, I'm from Kansas City. I wasn't like, I wouldn't say, I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm from here. There's nothing else to say, right? But I'm going to be honest. And I was like, I could name at the time, and me and my friend Tanner, who was just here, right here. I don't know if you know his name, Tanner. Yeah. We and him were like, let's name 10 quarterbacks at the time that are fucking better than Alex Smith. And easily, I'm pretty sure we named 12. It was so fucking easy. It was like every fucking top 10 fucking he is not on the list. You know what I mean? I can name 10, 12 quarterbacks better than Alex Smith at the time. I'm not calling him horrible. I'm not saying he was horrible. Yeah. He just wasn't, like, with our team, we needed, in our defense, the way it's always been, we need a great quarterback.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about, wait, hold on. I'm going to get to that, but let's get to this. Tyreek Hill caught a fucking touchdown, and did anyone just not fucking see it?
I think...
He caught that! That was in his fucking hand!
And this goes to, I think the officials, I think the masks are either interfering with their vision, or they're getting so much less oxygen that they can't see shit, because officiating this year has been absolute trash.
Dude,
and there's an official right there. He should have seen that at no point does that ball
touch the ground.
And
not touch the ground.
The ref had a good look at it. Usually in a situation where even if there might have been an inch, you call it that on the field, and then you take it to the automatic review booth.
Exactly, and they should have, and I don't know why were they just like lazy? Do they just want to get it rolling?
And even if
I'm surprised Andy Reid didn't make a big fuss.
And here's the thing about it. Here's another problem. Tyreek doesn't fight for it. Tyreek didn't go, oh, I caught it because he didn't know. Andy Reid. Here's another problem. You're supposed to have a guy in the review booth that's supposed to tell you in your ear, hey, we should challenge that. So that guy's fucking taking his sweet little time to make the call. And the worst part that nobody wants to talk about is how quick Tommy Townsend was to punt that shit. He punted with like 20 on the play clock. Motherfucker, wait till the 10-second mark to go through your first cadence.
Right.
Especially, or he should have told Townsend hey, just wait till the 10-second mark to go through your first cadence. I want to take a second look at that. But for some reason, Townsend, he was like, oh, I can't wait to punt this fucking football.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then we got screwed out of another touchdown with a weak-ass holding call. And I'm just like...
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So, getting him a little...
flip, and then,
getting him a little bit inside the holding, that they're going to call that holding, but our guys constantly getting held in chokeholds. Right. Those go free, no problem.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. At least we win, so I'm not too mad. I was just like, hey, and I'm glad we won. If we didn't win, I'd be bitching about it way more. But I was just amazed. I was like, because they reviewed it on TV, and it was like, can everyone not? Am I the only one seeing it?
And then another one that kind of has been swept on the rug, but it's kind of been bugging me. We got called for delay of game, with a second still on the play clock. They even showed it. Well, I thought there was time on the play clock. Let's see. And by the time the refs throw the flag, there's still clearly a second on the play clock, and they're just like, well, that's. I don't know how to explain that one.
Yeah, even the guys were like, I don't know if that was delay of game, but
I mean, there's time of the game. There's not delay of game, and usually sometimes there's a second. There's that second delay because what happens is the official he looks at the game clock and then the football to see if it's been snapped.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. We're winning. Who are we playing next?
Dolphins.
Oh God.
They've been kind of a weird team this year. They play really good, and then they play very mediocre.
Who did they beat? That was. Did they beat the Raiders? No, they got.
They play the Raiders later. No, they haven't played the Raiders yet, but they do play them later.
Who did they beat? That was pretty decent. Was it?
They've beaten a few teams. I'm not sure if it was. I can't remember exactly who, but I mean they've got a wild card spot right now.
What do you think of Brady this year?
You
think he's out the door? You think he's going to get his juice back?
I think, I know the argument is that he's with a new team, a new system, he needs a year to get used to it. Definitely maybe, but it's also, he's 43, 44, you can't, can you teach an old dog new tricks? And the only thing that's keeping him, from absolute mediocrity is the fact that he does have an outstanding core built around him. Right. He's got a decent run game, he's got some of the better wide receiver in the league. I can catch anything Evans. Godwin, I can challenge Tyreek Hill in a foot race.
Right.
Antonio Brown, I'm a fucking psychopath, but
Right,
I could run routes Brown.
Right.
And, I mean, even though he's kind of a shadow of his former self, he can still make plays, the old Gronkster.
Right. Yeah.
So he's got a good team built around him, so he's going to have success, but you also just see that he's not that Brady anymore. You know,
Yeah.
he's not that same clutch Brady.
I haven't been watching, so what I've watched, I'm like, ah, man, you know what? But I hate. This is what I hate. Is like I know, like they do it wrong. Playing Brady, Patriots fucking sucks. It's like fuck you, dude. But at the same time, I have a lot of respect for Brady. You know what I mean? I still respect him. I still think he's one of the GOATs. You know what I mean? I still think it was a fantastic quarterback. And people love to hate on him, and I completely understand why. But at the same time, it's like, what? You're hating on someone who actually is really fucking good.
Yeah.
So when people, and don't get me wrong, you're being realistic right here. You're not like, fuck Brady. Like, you're just being realistic.
Yeah.
But there are so many people who are like, fuck Brady, he's on his way out. Brady was never shit. I'm like, okay, hold on, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hate the people that say he's a system quarterback, as if that's not every quarterback ever.
Yeah,
Every
that is
quarterback
not
in
a thing.
human existence needed their system for success.
Right.
When Joe Montana left San Francisco for Kansas City, we changed our offensive system for him. He
Right.
goes with the West Coast offense. We were not using the West Coast offense until we got Joe Montana.
Right.
Then we changed it to the West Coast offense because that is a style that
Right.
benefits him. You know, every team has changed their style. You know, Denver, they changed their offensive scheme to match Peyton Manning's skill set.
Do you think that with I know Brady and the coach and the, what's his face, that coach don't really see eye to eye too much.
Is
I know that.
Bruce Arians?
Yeah, I know they don't really see eye to. I wonder if that's a big thing with. I feel like Brady feels obligated, and this is just me spitballing here, so don't take it to heart, anybody. But I feel like Brady, being the veteran he is, being the level he is, I feel like that is a guy who's going to come in and be like, look, I'm running the shit, I'm running the show, I'm pretty much a coach here, right?
Yeah.
And I think whatever his name is for the Buccaneers is like, no, this is my show, fucking throw the football, do what I say. And I think that I want to guess, my hypothesis is that that's because they're clashing, so that has to be it. Like, that has to be one of the big reasons, you know what I mean? Like, I think Brady wants to run the show, which I think he's obligated to in some way, but at the same time, you got someone who probably does things differently that Brady's like, look, dude, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and the other guy's like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
And that could cause, you know, the Patriots from, being ready to move on from Brady without his replacement being there. You know, they didn't have his replacement ready when they moved on from Brady. So,
Right.
And I think that might have, he and Belichick finally were having a clash. I think Brady got to the point where he thought maybe he didn't need to, you know, be as respectful to Belichick as he's been in the past. And
Right.
was getting just a little too, in his face, and Belichick was just like, no, this is my team. I decide who plays for me.
You think so?
I mean, obviously, I think there's just enough respect there that, you know, they didn't want that PR nightmare, so they just kind of went with...
Went their separate ways,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if, you know, what's going on with Arians and Brady right now is what happened with Belichick and Brady to, you know, cause the departure.
Right, maybe.
Also, I
That's
do...
what some other people were saying. I didn't think so, but, you know, I don't know. When it comes from you, I kind of believe it more.
Yeah. And, I mean, I'm talking out my ass. I'm just kind of going by what I've
Well, yeah,
observed
same.
and trying to make sense of certain things. Because why would the Patriots... I mean, they hired Cam Newton only because he was a free agent all the way until June and knew they could catch him cheap.
Yeah.
Minimum
Do
wage.
you think... I haven't really watched the Patriots too much. I keep... You know, dude, one shitty game, there's a bunch of memes, so I've only seen the memes. Hey, what is their record? Is it like 7-4 or something like
I
that?
think they're like 6-5 or 5-6.
Oh, okay, so that's not too bad.
But I mean, coming back from a team that just had one of the most successful NFL dynasty ever,
Right.
and
I
now
wonder...
suddenly they just plummet to 5-6 or wherever they're at.
Are they in the playoffs yet?
They are not in the picture.
They're not in the picture at all.
I mean, they might be considered in the hunt, but I mean, they're behind the Raiders, who are just on the outside looking in, the Ravens, who are just on the outside looking in.
Yeah, dude, the Ravens are good. The Raiders are good this year, honestly.
They're Better.
Better,
They've been
better.
giving Kansas City their best,
Well,
and
that's the only time I've watched them.
yeah, they've been giving Kansas City their best because I feel like Gruden is kind of obsessed with Kansas City because we're the team that's embarrassed him
Right.
his first 2 years there in every single game. So I feel like this year he's really wanted to give Kansas City his best, and he gave us a loss and he gave us a fight. But then the very next week they go and get blown out by the Falcons, who didn't have Julio Jones.
Right.
And then the next week, they almost lose to the Jets, who are purposefully tanking for Trevor Lawrence, thanks to the worst defensive call of all time. 10 seconds left. They're at the 46-yard line. Instead of playing some zone coverage, making them throw it 2 times into a crowded end zone,
Right.
they go with the all-out blitz.
Right. Dude, I fucking think, fuck, my mind went somewhere else for a second. I don't even know. But, what's it called? I don't know, it was about Cam Newton and Brady. I don't know. I wonder if, I still wonder if Brady would get his fucking juice back.
I just don't. I think he's in the NFL just to pad his stat sheet.
Yeah.
He knows that he's right there with Drew Brees. They're going back and forth. So I think he's just trying to outlast Drew and finish with the best longevity stat sheet.
Right. Oh, I know what I'm going to say. Dude, I hate, and I don't mean this personally, but kinda, I hate Carr so fucking much. I don't know why. I don't know. It's not even how I do. Just like, I didn't even know what he looked like until like not too long ago.
The
like,
memes of him
Sid-
looking like
Sid
from
from fucking
Toy Story, or Damien from The Omen. Just weird.
He looks like a singer from Blink-182, Green Day. But
Or 9 Inch Nails.
yeah, dude. But here's the thing about him is like I just hate how he always looks like he's. It's like he tries to do super athletic shit. You know what I mean? And it just comes off as like, what are you doing? It's like that guy who's like, look at this, look, like that's what he reminds me of all the time.
He also looks
I
like
just
he's
hate
wearing
his
fucking
style.
eye makeup too.
Yeah, he does look like he's wearing eye makeup.
Like those eyelashes, it looks like he gets them done before the game.
Yeah, I think so, dude. That's exactly what it looks like. But I really
Maybe it's Maybelline.
maybe I hate his style. I don't like. It's so cocky. I hate his style of being a quarterback. I guess.
Did you hear that he basically John Gruden reinvented him, so to speak?
Really?
Because Carr's Carr's coach's first couple of years was Del Rio, and whoever the quarterback coach was. And when John Gruden took the team over, Carr had already been there for like 3 years or so. And Gruden's like, if you're going to be my quarterback, you need to basically forget everything you know about quarterbacking and kind of let me teach you. And of course, Carr, took that deal. And now the idea is that, finally all of Gruden, the old quarterback whisperer,
Right.
is finally setting in. But then, here's the thing.
I think Carr does look a little bit different, right?
Yeah, but
Past 3 years.
they're doing exactly what they did last year. Last year, at one point, they found themselves tied with Kansas City at a 6-4 record, and they're like, "Oh, we're in prime position to steal the division." Then they get blown out by the Jets. Then they get blown out by Kansas City. Then they get blown out by Tennessee. That's 3 blowouts in a row. They are all decided by 21 points or more.
Right.
So, and then they lose at home to Jacksonville barely. Then they finally beat like the Chargers on the road, and then they lose to Denver on the road.
Right.
So they won one more game when they were like, "Oh, we're in prime position to steal the division," and now they found themselves in a similar position. Sure, they don't have the same record. You only have 1 loss, and they had 4 losses. But after we beat them, then they go and lose to the Falcons bad. Then they go and barely beat the Jets. They're almost radiating it exactly like they did last year. I just feel like this is a team that they looked good to start, but they're just falling apart right now. And keeping together is what makes or breaks a playoff team, and some of it has to fall on the quarterback.
I think that would be even more crazier than Kansas City winning a Super Bowl game. Would be the Raiders winning a Super Bowl game. That would be really fucking crazy.
They haven't done anything since 80-something,
Yeah.
And I mean, it's one thing to not win the Super Bowl, but it's another thing to not even be in the playoff picture.
Right.
They got into the playoffs in 2003, and the whole Tuck rule cheated them and all that. But since then, I mean, they haven't even qualified for the playoffs once, lost in the wild card round to the fucking Texans, who had Brock Osweiler as their quarterback.
Right.
So, I mean, they've just been a team that, at least with us, we were kind of setting up for a while, you know. From 2013, we were slowly but surely, we were going to the playoffs. We started winning playoff games. We went to the AFC Championship, fell short. The next year, we went right back, and so we kind of had to build up to it.
Right.
It would just be like out of the blue for them at this point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because we were, what was that, I think we lost, what was it, 2015, 16? 15, 16. We lost to the Steelers in the second game of the playoffs, or the third or second
It was this 2016 second game because we had a first round bye.
Yeah, and we finally, because it was like, it's been forever since we actually won a playoff game, right?
The year before we won in the wild card round, but then fell to the Patriots in the division. But it was kind of one of those things like, you know what, we won 11 games in a row. We were kind of bound to lose the steam eventually.
Right.
So it was kind of it was kind of typical like Alex Smith and Andy Reid clock management and some bullshit penalties.
Yeah.
But nothing that was like too egregious to where we got like overly screwed.
I think I asked you this last time, but how are you feeling about Andy Reid nowadays?
He's a good coach, but sometimes the time management is lacking.
Yeah, you're saying that.
And he takes his foot off the gas pedal. He always does it, and it's annoying. You know, he just has this thing where it's like, okay, we have a 1 touchdown lead, better coast. It's like, no, you never coast, especially with Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why he just loves coasting so much, because so many games could have been blowouts if he just keeps going with what works.
Maybe he doesn't want to lose that juice.
However, I wonder if I'm not even sure if he's still calling plays, because they're always giving that credit to Eric Bieniemy so I wonder if maybe that's a Bieniemy thing right now.
Right.
Maybe he's the one that's really taking his foot off the pedal, but Andy also has a track record of doing that, so that's why I feel like it's still
100%. Yeah, because he does do that because, and you know, I kind of think in a way, because like we have that's one thing I love about the Chiefs with Mahomes now. Our team is very interesting, man. Like we make it up, we make it fun. Like, we make it like, oh, dude, we're close. Oh, shit, we're fucking them up. Oh, my God. Oh, did you see that play? Like, we do amazing things. And, but I see what you mean. It's like, it could totally be a blowout. But I wonder if their idea is, like, if we do that too much, we'll get numb to it. And it just won't be, eventually we'll just get too cocky or something like that, maybe. Because... And this is totally unrelated. Some games, don't get me wrong, I get excited for every game. But some games when we do interesting shit, I'm like, dude, the fucking Chiefs, man. Like, it's almost like numb to me now. It's normal that we just do some crazy shit.
I used to always get up on my feet whenever I saw a deep ball from Mahomes, but it's just you're getting desensitized to it.
Yeah,
like,
you really are.
His game against the Buccaneers, you know, I was like nice and you know cheering, but I wasn't jumping and doing backflips like I used to do. You know, I'm just like, oh, Tyreek Hill caught 260 some yards. Well, it is a Sunday.
Right, yeah, no kidding, dude.
Oh, Travis Kelce's about to break the single season tight end record. Well, it's a Sunday. He's only 264 yards away. And he's got 4 games to get 264 yards when he's averaging well over 100 yards a game.
He's a fucking stud.
His worst game in like recent time is like against the Tampa Bay, and he got like 88 yards, and they were covering the frick out of him.
And I'm pretty sure I can say this word. He has wigga moves, dude. He has white boy wigga moves, bro. He goes. Dude, it's smooth, but there's some white in there.
There's just this weird move that he does where, when he catches a route where he's looking at the quarterback, he gives this kind of stutter and then goes the other way. He does it every time, and the defender falls for it every time. And honestly, on TV, it looks kind of slow.
Yeah,
but it almost always it works like 90% of the time.
That's a crazy thing. It looks very slow. That's what I'm saying. It's smooth, but it's like a little stiff. It looks really slow, and I'm like, how is he juking them out like this? How is he pulling these pump fakes? How is he making these people look silly? Because, like I said, like you said, it really does look almost like, I wouldn't say uncoordinated because it does look smooth, but yeah, like perfectly. It looks slow. That's where I think there's that. A little bit of that white boy in there, He has a little soul with a little bit of white boy in there.
Sometimes, it's just there's that deceiving speed in the NFL that we've seen because one of my favorite college quarterbacks, Colin Klein. You know, everybody just thought that he was slow, but that guy was making strides down the field.
Maybe it's
Same thing with Tebow. Like those guys, I mean, you kind of feel like they're going slow, but before you know it, I mean, they're out racing guys for the end zone.
Right. Well, maybe it's like so, and maybe it's TV, but maybe it's so I don't want to say unrhythmic, but so different that it throws you off. It's almost like fighting a southpaw if you're a boxer. It throws you off and you get your ass kicked or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just so weird to some, you know what I mean, the way certain people move. You know what I mean? That it just throws people off. And versus someone being super fast, because like, you know, you have someone fat like really quick, like Edwards-Helaire or Tyreek Hill, just fucking just running through and being quick as shit. Edelman, you know what I mean? Just being fast as fuck. And it's like, okay, well, those are people that just, they're super fast and like, they outdo you. It's because they're speed. Then there's, like you say, there's people like Kelsey and shit like that where they just, it's totally different.
Yeah.
To where I feel like it just throws people off. Because, like, you know they're not as fast. You know Kelsey's not as fast as those guys. But still, he still manages to make all these fucking yards.
And, you know, he's just at that part where it's like, you know, who do you want to cover him? Because he's too fast for your linebackers. He's too big for your corners and safeties. It's just he creates those nightmare mishaps. And,
right.
you know, I don't know how it happened to the Raiders. Like, they had that little corner number 20 on Kelsey half the game, and Kelsey just took him to school, had a monster day.
Well, and here's another thing, is he has a really great amount of he has an attitude to him and he has confidence. You know what I mean? Like that is one thing about him that I think helps out with that a lot. Is that his confidence and his attitude is just it's crazy. You know what I mean? He comes out all
his
fucking
chemistry with Mahomes is outstanding.
Oh, 100%.
And Patrick really likes the fact that that Travis has played college quarterback because he really thinks that Travis just has this vision on the field that just he sees defenses almost the same that Pat's seen them, and he says that a lot of their best plays have been from improv. Like Kelsey runs a different route, and Pat can kind of like, oh, he's going to go right there. He's going right where I want to see him go. Like, and there's even a clip of them on the sideline where Travis is like, "There's no way you knew I was going to do that." And Pat goes, "I saw you. I saw. Well, that's what I wanted you to do, and that's what you did." And Kelsey's like, "Ah!"
That's fucking awesome. It's like that is fucking dude. That riles me up. That reminds me of the days. It's like, no way, bro. Like you thought what I was thinking. Like, dude, that is fucking awesome. And that's awesome that they have that. I think they have that chemistry, and that's awesome that, like I said, he played quarterback, so he knows he can read a defense, and also he knows he's like, okay, like let's put myself in this position. What am I going to do in this situation?
You see the clip of him after the game last Sunday where he's like talking and he's just giving the whole, they were giving us trouble in the red zone. We got to take one game at a time. And Pat comes up with the two water bottles.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's good. He screams just like Tom does in Tom and Jerry when like Jerry like puts like his tail on a rat trap or something. It's the exact same yell that Tom gives.
Yeah. Dude, I thought he was gonna curse. Like that would have been so perfect. He's like, fuck, that's cold. That would have been funny.
It would remind me of back when Ryan Fitzpatrick was for the Jets and he won a big game and they're talking to him and his lineman came up and like scared him out while he's in the middle of the interview and Ryan like was like, oh!
Dude, it's awesome seeing people excited for big wins and stuff like that. Totally unrelated, but Travis Kelce's girlfriend is so fucking beautiful.
Yeah, apparently she took him back even though apparently I guess he cheated.
Yeah, that's what I think everyone just said that because, well, probably. I don't know. I don't want to say anything about Kelsey, so I don't know.
What he does in his private life is his business.
None of my business.
None of our business.
I think he's a good guy, and I think it was a misunderstanding because I like. Oh yeah, that's a heater, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, you can turn it around and put it that way. I actually was gonna tell you can put your feet up there. So that way you can fucking heat up your balls. There you go.
Ooh, it feels like, my junction's mahalo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but anyways, dude, she is a gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
They would have some beautiful babies. Beautiful. And I'm pretty sure she's pretty tall, too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So like they would.
I know she's not the chick from Catching Kelsey. She's not the chick that won Catching Kelsey.
Oh really?
But Black Chick ended up winning that, so you're kind of like Travis Kelsey. You got a thing for the darker skinned ladies.
Yeah, 100%.
The black ladies. They rev your engine.
They 100% do, but he and that is no disrespect. I think I love black women. They're beautiful. I love the attitude. I love the curves. I love everything about black women. You know, and Latino women, but predominantly black women. But what was I going to say is, what was I going to say? Kelsey has himself a good-looking lady. He has himself a good-looking lady.
And every woman on the planet is like in love with them. So
Oh yeah, exactly.
it's like I saw this meme. It's like Travis Kelsey exists. Women everywhere. Like,
Johnson County moms. My
rolled.
mom is obsessed with Kelsey, dude. I'm gonna have him on here one day. I'm telling you.
It was the funniest thing with my mom. She was telling me, like the people she works with, like she's just like, oh, that Pat is so cute. I just wanna have him home for dinner. And they're like, it's easy there, Cougar. And she's like, well, not like that. I just wanna talk to him and be like a mom and like. And I'm just like, oh, she wants to be like to Pat what he is with all my buddies, like just basically almost interrogating them, like wanting to know everything about them, and
Right.
not in a threatening way, but she's just like genuinely wants to know who they
That's
are.
so funny. Yeah, Pat is like that. Like Pat, everyone loves Patty. Like, oh my God, everyone's he's so cute, he's so well. And then you got Kelsey. Like girls are like, I want to ride his fucking face. I want to sit on it. Yeah.
I want to fuck him till his dick turns blue.
Yeah. That's she's a beautiful woman, dude. Oh my God, she was off the market. I 100% would have. Hey, look, I know I'm not much, but next in line.
I think Patrick's girl. I mean, I know she's got high school sweetheart points going for her, but if she's all right looking, it's just the one thing I have is she really just is kind of a sore winner.
Yeah, she's always like, "Fuck you." I think it's kind of cool, but yeah, she is. But I mean, dude, she fucking, dude. I mean, they've been together. Like that's the thing. Like they've been together since like what, like middle school, high school. Like I think that's a great story right there. It's pretty cool. Because if anyone ever tried to call her gold digger, she's like, bitch, I was fucking.
That is the
his
chick.
dick.
Yeah, it's like that's the chick that's been giving him post-win BJ since fucking high school.
Yeah, exactly. I'm part of these wins, motherfucker. I molded this man. I molded him. Dude,
Every time he didn't believe in himself and thought he wasn't enough, I let him clap my cheeks until.
Yeah. Oh, and what's his face's chick is hot as hell too. Tyler Matthews, dude.
Tyron Matthew?
Honey Badger. Yeah. Dude, his
I haven't seen his girl.
Or what? Yeah, wife or girlfriend. She's fucking.
I've yet to see a NFL player with an ugly girlfriend like those.
Oh
NFL,
yeah, no, you would never.
They're unless they got like drunk and just had to settle with like one chick.
Oh,
they had,
I'm
like,
sure that
they
happens
had a
all the
baby
time.
with them. Like I'm sure not all of Derek Thomas's women were fine.
Well, I mean, look at Arnold. Look at what Arnold did.
Oh,
Arnold
my God.
fucked his ugly ass. She was ugly, wasn't she?
Oh,
Yeah, she was hideous.
she was hideous.
Yeah, and he had a hot wife, and he fucking fucked that. His. Have you heard the Bill Burr skit about that?
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck? Why are you so? I love you, buddy. he goes, why the fuck would you think he wouldn't do that? This guy says, you know what? I'm gonna fucking lift weights. I'm gonna be a bodybuilder. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna do movies. Yeah.
Fuck this. I'm gonna be governor.
I'm gonna be governor. He's like, I'm gonna marry a Kennedy. Pow! Right there. And who wouldn't think he's been crushing it for 4 decades? You wouldn't think that he would just say, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck my my mistress." Yeah. God, that's crazy, and get away with it.
Well, the wife first had suspicions because that nanny once brought their love child to the house, and that kid looks a lot like Arnold,
Dude.
like the hairline,
He
everything.
looks more like Arnold than his other kid, I think.
Yeah.
Like, dude, and he's
And that's-
muscular.
Yeah, and that's just
jawline, hair.
now
he was
a young kid at the time, but yeah, definitely she was seeing like some similarities, and that's when she first had some like major suspicions that Arnold's been giving it to this chick for a minute.
Well, I mean, dude, I mean, even like, you know how Arnold's hair was back when he had like the longer hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that kid has that shit. That kid has that shit, dude. It looks exactly, I mean, it's crazy.
I love
They
seeing.
go on bike rides and stuff together.
I love. You ever seen the Arnold's documentary Pumping Iron?
Yeah, oh, I love it. My dad watches it. My dad was a bodybuilder, so he watches it.
I love this whole thing about when you get the pump, it feels like those Abby and going into your biceps,
It's
and
coming.
I feel like I'm coming. I'm coming in backstage when I'm warming up. I'm coming on stage. You could say I'm coming day and night. It's incredible. I'm in heaven, right?
Dude, it's so crazy because he was, I wouldn't say he was a dickhead, but he was very competitive.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he was giving all the new guys like the worst
wrong
advice.
Yeah, stuff like that.
He was like, there's that clip of him like getting in what's his face?
Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, like
he's putting his towel on him and fucking, he's like, top it over to join the twain.
and like he's like trying to get into his head. And it's just like, Arnold, he's deaf, right? He can't fucking hear what you're saying,
yeah.
and he's not trying to read your fucking lips.
Right. Lou. Hell yeah, it was Arnold. Oh wait, was it his birthday or was it Arnold? I think it was Lou.
I saw this one clip. It was a video of the rivalry that's now turned into a friendship between Arnold and Sylvester Stallone. And they just talked about how years and years it was just this rivalry. And it got to the point where they're older men and they're like, you know what? I wouldn't be where I am in life if it wasn't for
because they're constantly
the other
back
guy.
to back, yeah.
So now they're like best friends now because it's just like, you are the reason I am successful now.
Did they really like hate each other?
And they used to, but now they're buddies now.
Well,
like,
I know that, but yeah.
But yeah, back in the day, like they were just going at it because they were competitors.
Yeah.
And Arnold once outsmarted the fuck out of Sylvester Stallone.
How's that?
He got pitched the script, and it was kind of a more, it kind of was back when Arnold did that thing where he's kind of getting away from action movies for a while. And it was just this like, yeah, and it was just this, I forget the name of the movie, but it was just such this awful movie that Arnold knew was going to bomb. So he decided that he was just going to ask for this ridiculous money that they weren't going to pay him. And he's like, well, then I won't do the picture. So then, they go to their next choice, who's Stallone. And, Stallone's agent is like, Arnold's already passed up on this. And Stallone's like, I'll do it. Like, he's like, yeah, I gotta beat Arnold to the punch on this.
What movie was this?
It involves, I think, like, Stallone, like, having to pretend to be, like, a mom or something like that.
I feel like I've seen that. Or I feel like I've seen the cover.
Yeah.
What? That's wild, man.
And it just was a box office bomb, put a huge damper on Stallone's career, and it was one of those major, rivalry moments between Arnold and Stallone.
Yeah. I love Stallone movies, man. I love Arnold. I love both, dude.
Yeah.
They're so similar. So
The Rocky movies are amazing. My fourth one is my favorite. No, Rambo's good, but the fourth Rocky is my favorite.
The Russian.
Yeah, just
What about Rocky 5? Street fight, baby.
That movie was so dumb.
What they were thinking. You know that whole dog thing is bullshit?
Oh, the story about his dog, that's bullshit?
That's bullshit. His brother called it out not too long ago on Instagram. It was the meme, or the picture of Stallone. It was like, Stallone once had a soulless dog, then offered a whole bunch of money to get him back. He's like, this is such horseshit. My brother loved this dog. He would have never given it away. Because I always thought it was real. I was like, wow, that's crazy. He's like, my brother was not. He's like, dude, my brother always found food for his dog. Like, he loved this dog. He would have never gave it away. He was there when he first went to California. Like, there's no way.
I do love just his story of, getting Rocky made and how...
Yeah, that is wild.
And how it's just become one of the most iconic movies, and at least two or three of the sequels are good.
Yeah, I like the second one. I enjoy the third one. The fourth one's amazing. I don't like the fifth one. Actually, I like all of them besides the fifth one, really. Give or take. I think I like the second one is really good.
The fourth one has the best training montage. He's in the
with the Russian.
He has he's in the mountains, with all the primitive working out, while the Russians got the super advanced gym and they're injecting him with steroids.
Meanwhile, off screen, Stallone's just pumping steroids as well. That's fucking funny. Fuck Russia, they're doing steroids. Okay, America, we're gonna sneak this in your ass here real quick. All right, go do that movie.
Drago!
Dude, that That is such a good ass movie. But I do like, there's something weird about number twos, especially in the '80s, like action number twos. You ever notice they're really fucking? Not even just in the '80s. Think about it. Lethal Weapon 2, great. Rocky 2, awesome.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. What is it called? Bad Boys 2. Almost everyone I know likes Bad Boys 2.
But that's 2000s.
I know. I said not just the 80s,
no,
but
not just
80s a lot, but
yeah.
not just the 80s. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of number twos that it's either hit. Rambo 2 is really good. I like the first one better, but Rambo 2 is really good. I think the thing with number twos are always hit or miss, right? Because it's like, okay, we nailed it. There were some problems.
Yeah.
We're going to nail it without those problems
Yeah.
again. Or you nailed it too good, and now you can't even do it.
You can't follow up.
You can't follow up, right?
The Dark Knight, that's an amazing sequel to Batman Begins.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. Boom.
That's just you see one of the thing I like about The Dark Knight is that movie works without Batman. If you're just making a crime thriller, you just take out the action comic book stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a great crime movie.
Really good, yeah.
But now,
It's a genius.
But now you just have the Batman element that adds to it, and Heath Ledger's just amazing portrayal of the Joker.
Yeah. That was a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
What's it called? This is very unpopular opinion, but I wouldn't say I like it better than the first one, but I like it all, either just as or almost just as is Back to the Future 2, Part 2.
Yeah.
I really like the second one a lot.
The
third one I don't really like.
I like all of them, but I just like seeing the future in the second one because in the name
that.
Back to the Future, I know he's talking about getting back to the future, meaning the present, their future, in the 50s.
Right.
But the second one actually lets us see the future, and I just like seeing in the 80s what they
Right.
thought was going to be the future, and they got pretty close on some shit.
Oh, on some shit they did.
They got pretty close on some shit. Some things they were a little outlandish, thinking that we were going to have flying cars and stuff,
Well, then they said 2015. And what was it? The Cubs were going to go to when they did.
Yeah, it was 2000 because I remember we were in high school and it was like, today's Back to the Future Day. It's October, whatever, 2015.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, and what's it called? And remember the sneakers? And then they made the sneakers of the movie. Those were G, man. I mean, I know they're like millions of dollars and whatever. What I liked about the second one was I thought was brilliant and like so hard to do is that he goes back because Biff takes the fucking
Sports Almanac.
sports it, right? Yeah, goes back, so they have to go back at the same time, and it's just great how Doc's like, he made another 1985, and you go back to 1985 is all fucked up because of Biff going to the 50s, so now they are in 1985, and now they gotta go back to the past, and then get back to the future.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking...
I
and then it's like Marty back then, and then Marty now, like hiding from him. It's great. It's great.
I like how he goes, Doc, I'm about to get jumped by Biff's buddies. We'll get out of there. Well, not me, Doc. The other me, the one that's singing Johnny Be Good.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Oh my god.
And I just love the ending. Are you Marty? And he's in the 50s going, yeah, Marty McFly, I got something for you. A letter.
Yeah, it's great, and it's crazy how that it goes all the way back to the Western. I didn't mind the Western one. I thought it was pretty decent.
I thought it played pretty well, and what's his face does a really good Wild West villain. You're Mad Dog Tannen. What kind of low down son of a bitch calls me Mad Dog?
Do you ever watch Rick and Morty?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Do you not like it? Some people don't like it.
I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of it. It gets a little sometimes for me.
Yeah, it's one of those because like sometimes you don't know what the fuck's going on.
I fucked up though because like the first episode I ever watched was like the one where like Rick or whatever like makes that potion that makes that one girl fall in love with Morty, and then they try and like antidote it, and like everybody turns into these disgusting like creatures.
I don't know. See, that's the thing is like there's so much into one episode. Sometimes I'm like, I can't follow it. I have to a lot of times you have to actually be paying attention or you're not going to understand it. That's why I kind of like it. But I'm not gonna lie, the first time I watched it, I was like, I don't don't really like this. And I was a little baked, I'm not gonna lie. But then, like, sober, I think it's fucking hilarious. Like, I love that show. Like, I go through spurts. Like, sometimes I watch Family Guy, like, every morning. But now I watch fucking Rick and Morty every morning.
There's this guy who does these funny little animation skits, and he's done a couple things with Joe Rogan, and one, it was Elon and Joey, where Musk and Joey, and, you know, he did like a thing where it's like Rick and Morty, except with Elon Musk being Rick,
Yeah.
and Joe Rogan being Morty, and they're like on Mars, and it's just a funny little thing making fun of both Elon Musk and Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Dude, Family Guy made fun of. I was waiting. I was like, and you know, you and I being some G fucking Joe Rogan fans, I was waiting for either South Park or.
I mean, it took him long enough because he's become so mainstream now that it's only a matter of time before
for people to be
for Family Guy. Yeah.
Family Guy did. They poked at him. I wouldn't say they were like. It was the last episode because if you have Hulu, you get the Family Guy episodes. So I was watching the last episode of Family Guy. Brian is like a journalist, and he's like, hey, go do this, and I'm gonna report a fat kid. It was talking to Chris, like fat kid in a pool or something like that. He's like, no, and he goes, Joe Rogan might retweet it. He's like, oh my God, Joe Rogan, he's the smartest dumb guy we've ever met. And I was like, oh my God, Joe Rogan's gonna love this because Joe Rogan's gonna be like, you know, Joe, he's gonna be like, oh my God, that's so accurate. They're right. I am smart and dumb. I am the smartest dumb guy.
He insults himself like that. He goes, here's the thing, I'm fucking dumb, but I at least am smarter than half the people I fucking meet.
Right, yeah, no kidding. But here's the thing, Family Guy, I feel like would just make fun of it, would poke at him, maybe a couple more times or something like that, I bet, you know?
I mean,
South Park would make a whole fucking episode.
I'm surprised there hasn't been like a skit where like Peter goes on like the podcast and like they're just doing like the most like that's crazy, man. Have you ever done DMT? I'm just talking about how I created this machine that's done that. That's crazy, man.
That would be crazy.
100% now. Jamie, can you pull up that video of that dog getting killed by King Cobra? Now watch this, man. That's scary, man. Now imagine if that was a chimp. That would fuck you up, dude. Those things would just fuck
and Peter's
you
like,
up.
I don't know what's going on. Like, Peter took DMT. That would be fucking incredible. Peter would be, oh my God, what's going on? I'd be like, chill out, man. Just take one little puff and be okay.
This guy's done another one of those things you do with Joe Rogan.
Peter and Joe Rogan are best friends. That'd be great.
He interviews a chimp on the podcast. And at first, like, the chimp's just kind of sitting there, and then it freaks out. And, like, he's, like, trying to fight Joe. Like, Joe puts him, like, a chokehold in, and he's like, Jamie! Do you think I'd get catch off YouTube if I shoved a finger up this chimp's butt?
Wait, what was that on? It was one of the JRE Toon guys? Or?
No, it's a different guy. He's done this, like, he does his own, like, little cartoon skits.
That's
and
fucking
that's
awesome.
one of them. He goes, and, like, the monkey starts biting. He goes, you're acting crazy. You know what you need? An edible. It's a plant. It's a plant.
Dude, I think that'd be incredible if they fucking did that. If Family Guy did that, and like Joe, or, you know, he comes on and he takes a fucking edible and he's freaking out, and maybe what if Peter takes an edible, is freaking out. He's like, here, just take some of this, and then he thinks it's just regular pot, and then it ends up being DMT, and he's like, oh shit, I fucked up. And Peter's in fucking.
He's like, yeah, this will calm me down. Oh shit, no, that was fucking DMT mixed with ayahuasca. Yeah, you're about to basically get teleported to another dimension. It's cool, man. I'll go there with you.
Dude, that'd be awesome. That would be fucking
And like
great.
Peter's just like having like the worst trip ever, all while Joe's like, "Come on, man, it's okay. Just let
It
go."
would either be a whole episode. I think it'd be funnier if they did a whole episode. It'd either be a whole fucking episode, or it would be what's it called? It'd either be a whole fucking episode, or it'd be one of the cutaways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think Joe, like, he deserves a whole episode. I think Seth MacFarlane should like just ask Joe and be like, "Hey, you want to do what we did with Rush Limbaugh and voice yourself for a whole episode?"
I think that would be awesome.
Because I like those episodes where they basically almost have like a guest star. Like they had the episode where Jesus, you know,
Or,
and Peter become best buddies, and like I said,
Ryan
Rush
Reynolds.
Limbaugh.
Remember Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, and Tom Cruise, and he's the same height as Stewie.
Yeah. I don't think they had Tom Cruise on for that, but yeah, they.
Oh, Tom Cruise would never do that.
Yeah, he would never. But because they made fun of him too much. God, that's. You know what? But I love those guys like Ryan Reynolds, Joe Rogan. I'm sure Seth Rogen's the same way. So guys like that. That's pretty good.
Hey, Doc, we're going to be here long. I need to get some beers with the fellas.
That's pretty good. Dude, But those guys who could make fun of themselves, like, I hate those actors who take themselves so fucking seriously. It's like, dude, fuck
See,
off.
I'm a master of my craft, and it's all about, putting the character before yourself as an individual.
What's that?
Oh, just
anybody.
Just any one of those.
I wonder if Brad Pitt's like, I feel like Brad Pitt's pretty cool. I feel like Leo's kind of a bitch. I feel like Leo's cool, but I feel like he's kind of a bitch at the same time.
That's kind of from what I've heard, that's kind of what it is. He can be cool, but at the same time, he also just takes his...
That art.
That's his craft. So when he's, in that, mode, like he's gonna take that shit seriously and wants it perfect. So.
Well, you know what?
But
I'd rather have that.
I think it's like when he's off set, he's gonna be okay, but when he's on set, he's in fucking war mode.
I bet, because he's really dedicated. He's such a tremendous actor. So I think I would rather have someone, and they even, Joe even said this about Kanye, like, I'd rather have a crazy Kanye with good music than a fucking normal Kanye with nothing. You know what I mean? And I'd rather have a fucking artsy Leonardo DiCaprio than fucking Mark Wahlberg version of Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean?
The thing with Kanye is you never know. One day he's like, I'm giving this lasagna a massage, and next week I'm joining ISIS.
Dude, he is fucking out there, man.
He's out there. I'm telling you, Jerry, he's out there.
He's out there. Dude, I don't know, man. But you know what? I think, here's the thing about Kanye is he says shit, and I'm like, I get what you're saying, dude. And I think a lot of people who don't misinterpret things, they don't misinterpret things easy, also get what you're saying. But I also get why people are going to get offended by this because you're saying it completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like when he says certain things, I'm like, I see exactly what you're trying to say. And I'm sure if you worded it better, we'd all agree with you. But the way you're saying it, no.
Did you ever
Stop!
You ever see that thing where he's on Ellen? He's like, Walt Disney is dead. Some other like artist is dead. He goes, Steve Jobs is dead. I'm dead. This ain't no joke.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, and like Ellen is just like, what?
That's crazy. Well, dude, when he was on Rogan, man, Rogan asked him one question. He just goes, but I also think it's brilliant because, and I'm not comparing myself to Kanye at all, but you know how like anybody, you get off on tangents or you think of like three things at once. Sometimes my brain, and I know a lot of different people, their brain works like that where, I'm thinking of this. Oh no, I'm over here. No, I'm over here. He is like that on a fucking whole new level.
He revels Alex Jones in that category because Alex Jones is all over. Now,
but Alex brings it back.
He was a little bit more controlled his last trip on the Joe Rogan show. And
he was.
I think it helped. I think Joe knew what he had to do. He had to bring in a third guy that was a fan of Alex. You see, the last time he had Eddie Bravo there, who was only there to push his buttons and make him crazy. So he knew he needed a third guest. That way he had somebody to help be the voice of reason when Alex is going a little far. So he had a guy who was a fan of Alex and, kind of to help keep Alex corralled by being a fan of him and, like, backing him up on some stuff.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I agree, because, I don't know, I actually, dude, I hate, and this is, like, my hatred for, like, super, super far left or right people, but the super fucking left hate Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it, he's nuts, but, like, dude, you need people who are fucking nuts like this. It's awesome.
Especially when they're fucking right.
Yeah, dude, he's right about a lot of shit, and I've told people that, the guy I'm probably talking to always wants to argue about it. I'm like, dude, look at this, Bohemian Grove. He fucking, before people were talking about Bush, he was one of the people who were protesting Bush. And here's the thing, everyone thinks he's so Republican, but he was one of
the first thing he did was, go after Bush. He was always on Bush. Last thing on Joe Rogan, he was talking about this. There's this like cult of mostly Republican elitists where they're basically having gay orgies and like they're using that basically selling their soul to the.
That's Bohemian Grove.
That's what.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, you want to be fucking state senator? Bend over. That's what these motherfuckers do. All right.
Yeah. He's like, I was a good-looking guy back then, and I was getting hit on. I'm telling you, that's what it was. That's what it was. God, he's fucking hilarious, man.
And then like the whole George Bush was like part of the Skull and Bones Society, and
Was that real? Was he right about
that's one
that?
of the that's one of the main like anti-Bush things was that he was part of this like society in college that worships Satan, and Bush Senior was a elder member, and he wanted to watch his son's initiation, and the initiation is you masturbate in a coffin.
Right.
So George Bush Senior apparently watched his own son masturbate, but how real is that? It's just like
Right,
I mean,
that doesn't seem right at so many levels.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think Alex is one of those guys who's fucking nuts, and we need nutty people. Because like, dude, when you listen to him talk, he's like, look, I read so many fucking articles.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: how many articles do you read a day? And the people who want to fucking argue with him, how many real articles do you read a day? He reads so many fucking articles. He is so ingrained into everything that he's like scared all the fucking time. And he's like, I just need to relax, and I honestly just want to go fishing and stuff.
I love when Joe wrote, he once asked him, he goes, "Have you had a major head injury once?" He goes, "Yes, I've been pile drived."
I didn't even see that part.
He got drunk as fuck last
I know.
time.
Joe was getting irritated.
Yeah, he was
I
just
can
like,
tell. He's like, what?
"No, okay, I'll just have some more of my apple juice. This is my apple juice."
I know that feeling because when you're drunk, when someone else is drunk and you're not, you're really irritated.
he was doing sober October.
Yeah, I tried to do that. It lasted 2 weeks.
And I got a friend who he gets too drunk and he just goes off the deep end. And even when he's a little drunk, he's a little crazy. But I mean, this is just one of those dudes that he likes alcohol, but it is just not.
Is it like fighting people, or is it more?
It can sometimes get to that, but I mean, it's just he's you think he's high on like some uppers or shit. He just gets so wiry.
Yeah,
and
it's like, God, dude.
it's just like, dude, you're at like a 1,000. Bring it down to even a 10, and we might be good. Like, you're just in the stratosphere right now, and he's just
right. Yeah,
he really does make sounds like that too.
That's awesome.
Some of my friends might know who I'm talking about, or a mutual friend. Just
dude.
I love you, dude.
I love you, bro, but you need to calm down.
You need to chill out.
Yeah, I mean, I get nuts, but I don't get to. I get annoying to people who aren't drunk. I mean, I think everyone who's drunk. I mean, there's certain people when they're drunk, it's like, God, dude, you are so much. And I am one of those to certain people.
You need to discover who you are as a drunk person, too, because when you first get drunk, you have no idea how fucking stupid you are. But once you kind of get a chance to see how stupid you are as a drunk person, it's like, okay, I can grow my drunk personality.
Right, 100%.
Then you get to the point where, you can be drunk as hell, but you still, like, contain yourself and be like, you know what?
Right.
I'm at that point where I start acting a little stupid. Maybe I should focus a little more and bring it down.
Dude, some people, it's like, I don't know if it's a personality trait or what is it, but some people, they can't handle it, dude. Like, they can't handle certain things. Like, even caffeine, bro. I mean, I see people drink coffee and they go fucking, or too much sugar, they go fucking nuts. And I'm like, dude, calm down, man.
Yeah, same dude I'm talking about. Like, even caffeine can kind of hype him up a little much. He's just, like, his brain is just easily affected by chemicals.
Right, I guess. I mean, and I'm a hyped, you know me, I'm very energetic. That's probably the calmest you've seen me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still pretty hyped up. But,
haven't had your 7th cup of coffee.
No, I do, actually, that's probably one thing. I've only had, I only drink, did I even drink coffee today? I only drink one or maybe at the most 3 cups of coffee. But I've only been drinking like one a morning, and I feel great. I've kind of toned down on it, so I'm a lot more calm. But I have so much energy that I probably shouldn't be drinking that much.
See, caffeine just doesn't really affect me too much.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't ever really get that hyped from coffee or Monster or anything.
Yeah.
It does give me the shits, that's about it.
Oh, dude, coffee gives you the shit. That's a lot of people, yeah, gives you the shit.
I think it's everybody just because,
Oh, I take so many shits a day. My butthole is loose, man. It is loose. I was itching my butt crack. My finger slipped right in there the other day. I was like, wow, I take way too many shits. And honestly, that might have been the fucking, the pin on the donkey. That might have been the fucking straw that broke the camel's back with coffee. I was okay, I need to tone it down with coffee. Because really, I don't shit that much either anymore because I don't drink that much coffee. My butthole needs to fucking go back to the size it's supposed to.
What do you do, like have Randy Marsh shits?
Yeah.
That episode, I watched that episode the other day.
Yeah. Bono, yeah.
Bono doesn't hold the record. Bono is the record.
Bono is a hugest piece of shit. I like how they called him a huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, what's it called? Someone was calling Bono I can't remember who it was. They said, Bono. I don't know what it was on or who it was. It was like Bono. Okay, because Bono is from where? Is he from Australia?
Yeah.
Okay, because Bono's from Australia, he could totally wear those fucking leather pants and those fucking things. But if someone from fucking Kansas or fucking New England area wore that, he'd just be a giant ass fucking douche. But the fact that he has the accent, he's from Australia, I think it's badass. Bono wears that.
And he's got like the however many awards, Nobel, Grammys, all that.
I don't really like Bono that much.
I don't care about him. Like I only know him really from the South Park episode. That's really the only thing I know about him.
Yeah, same, and he was on Kendrick Lamar's album. Damn, he was on that. But what was I gonna say? Dude, there's just certain people, and I was thinking this today. There's just certain fucking people that they wear something and they make it their personality. You know what I mean? Like they have a fucking hat they wear every fucking day, or a jacket, and it like becomes their personality. Do you get what I'm saying now?
And we had these. There's those dudes in high school. They wear camo hats and cowboy boots, and suddenly they're country.
It's like part of. It's like it's part of them. It's like, dude, you're that person without. Because I was raised by a lot of rednecks, and I had
like,
the
motherfucker,
choice.
you ever seen a dirt road in your life, let alone fucking saying your country just because you like to wear cowboy boots, ironically?
Right. Well, that's the thing that irritates me. Like, look, dude, my dad lived in the country. I have a lot of rednecks and for family members. A lot of, my stepdad was a redneck. My brother was kind of, I feel like my brother's kind of, because of how he was raised, he dressed like that. But then he kind of changed his style up. But, dude, I wore boots for a while when I was a kid because, that's how I was raised. But I never, ever, wanted that to be my personality. That's how I know, when people talk about being country, I'm like, dude, I know the country. And I'm not a country boy by all means. Look at me. I don't look like, I guess I have John Deere on, but I'm just wearing this because it's fucking warm. I'm not wearing this because I'm, you know what I mean? Some people, especially because it's like they're insecure that that's not them. You know what I mean? Like maybe someone from Johnson County, their whole family's from the South. So they have to dress like this because they're insecure about it, so they have to be country. It's so annoying. It's like, dude, you can be your own person. If you want to wear some Jordans, if you want to wear some fucking Asics, if you want to wear some fucking just Adidas, wear some fucking Adidas. You don't got to wear cowboy boots all the time. If you like them, I get it. You like them, but don't make them your person. Same with a tattoo. People make their tattoos their fucking personality. Like, I got a lion. I have a bull right here, but I don't make it my personality.
Here's my credo, no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. Like, I gotta live by this now. Like, dude, it's just
not even a single letter, no?
Yeah, not even a single letter. Dude, and it's just a tattoo. It's just, I get it, there's certain things that are meaningful to you.
And then everybody thinks, oh, I got the Chinese symbol for warrior on my back.
Is it really? It's like fucktard or something. That would be fucking great if someone did that.
So it was a 1,000 Ways to Die thing. Like some guy's like, I want the Chinese symbol for warrior, and he gives him a Chinese symbol, and the other chick that works at the tattoo shop is like, did you just tattoo douchebag on his fucking arm? And he comes back the next day when somebody tells him that that's what it really means. So he tries to fucking kill the dude, and as he's running away, he gets killed by some other fucking Rube Goldberg machine.
That's fucking crazy. That's funny. I love that show. Remember Mansers?
Yeah, dude, that was back when Spike was the shit, because I think they still had UFC back then, too.
Yeah, they did. Dude, so Spike was such a man.
I know, because they had The Ultimate Fighter, they had UFC Fight Nights, Mansers, 1,000 Ways to Die.
That was funny.
And then they would, have, all the action flicks, like Bad Boys and Crank.
Yeah, it was like a man fucking show.
It was and Family Guy even had a thing, Spike, full of things that men like, and explosion sounds, like car chases.
Yeah, that is so fucking
weird. That stuff.
I love Family Guy.
That show, I get some little nostalgia because I was a little too young to be watching some of that shit, but I was watching it. Oh, 1 a.m. I'm watching fucking Mansers and learning 1 a.m. I'm thinking I'm learning the facts of life.
Right? Dude, that is 100% true. You're I remember it was a passing a drug test or killing a bear. I was like, fuck yeah, I know how to. And I'd go to my uncle's I know what the fuck to do in this situation. I'll watch Mansers, bruh.
There's like one where it's like to tell, like, how can you tell if the girl's gonna be a screamer in bed? Like, just like the most ridiculous.
Or how to pick up a stripper. I saw that one. God, dude, that is so funny.
And I've been on a serious nostalgia trip because, you know, I went back and had to look up one, you know, classic Ultimate Fighter clip, and then my inbox on YouTube was just filled with, like, recommendations for all these other classic Ultimate Fighter moments. Right. And, like, just all the greatest stuff, like Rampage Jackson versus the Door.
Right. Dude, what's it called? Dude, did you ever find yourself watching like Adult Swim late at night?
Yep.
And I swear,
Futurama.
Yeah.
Family Guy, Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken, and then weird shows. No, not even just that. Like, I like Squidbillies. Don't get me wrong. Squidbillies, I always loved. But there was those weird shows, like, there was a family that was all paraplegics. They were all disfigured.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Aqua Teen. There's the one where they're in the prison and then they can't get out of it. Dude, I felt like I was on fucking acid at like 11, 12 years old. I was like, what the fuck is this show?
Venture Bros.
This guy, Venture Bros. I'm like, this guy has one eye. They're doing weird shit.
I saw this one. I only saw it on Adult Swim once, but it was like this claymation show that was on Adult Swim, and it was kind of weird.
Dude, what was really weird was this show that was animated. They were all disfigured. It was very dirty, but they never cursed ever, and it never made, like, you know, Family Guy will kind of make dirty, like, it never made dirty jokes. It just was dirty. Like, the chicks had big boobs. They did dirty, like, it was funny. Like, they did dirty stuff. But it never, like, the jokes were never dirty. Like, they were never making sex jokes. It just naturally, the show was, like, sexual. Like example, like, dude, and it was, they all were disfigured. Like, it was the weirdest, trippiest show. Because it was like, if this was normal, this would just be a normal animated show for maybe even kids. But they're disfigured. The chicks have big tits. And they talk about, like, getting girls, but they never talk about, like, sex fully. Like, you know, Family Guy will actually talk about it. It makes sense. They never talk about it. Like, it was such a trippy-ass show. And maybe it's different if I go back and watch because I was young. But that's one thing I noticed. I'm like, dude, they never cuss. It's never dirty. It's just, it is a dirty show without being dirty. And it's weird. They're all disfigured. It was so fucking trippy.
Man, you ever get that feeling when you're, like, trying to go to bed and, like, you're laying in bed for a while and you can't go to sleep, but then suddenly, like, you just get this lightheaded feeling as if you're almost drunk? Like, yeah. I sometimes get that where, like, I'm trying to go to bed and out of nowhere, like, then my thoughts get kind of weird and I'm just kind of like, oh,
that's how I know I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
No shit. What you just said there, like, you know, you're sitting down and you're about to fall asleep. I literally can't explain it, but you know what I'm saying is, like, I will think of something that makes totally no sense.
Yes.
And then I'll tell myself, that makes no sense. Okay, I'm going to bed here soon. It's weird. I do it almost every night.
Yeah, you just get in these. Your mind just starts going into this, like, completely different, like, weird thing.
It's like you're depleting. Like, I can't put things together. I'm like, I don't even get it. It's like, what if I turn? It will literally be something stupid, and I don't even remember. But let's just say it's like, what if I took that punching bag and put it right there? It's something like random like that. I'm like, okay, that makes no sense. I'm going to bed now. Like, that's exactly what my brain's doing.
And then, like, sometimes, you know, everything's going fine. You're sitting there, you're going to sleep, and then you get the sensation that you're falling, and you even react to, like, catch yourself too.
Dude, that's the craziest shit, dude. That is the wild, dude. That's when I believe in other dimensions right there.
Now, I've never experienced this, thankfully, but what's the worst thing from what I hear is sleep paralysis.
I have.
Now, I've had it before,
scary.
but I don't get the scary
scary
demon thing. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I need to just calm down. You know, that way I can move my arms, and I do. I just, you know, because I feel like my brain's kind of trained because of all the shit I've seen on it. My brain's kind of trained to be like, okay, just calm down so you don't see a demon in your room. Just calm down, relax.
I've never seen
wiggle your big toe, and then I kind of move.
Yeah, you kind of have to do the fucking, what's it called thing?
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill thing. Yeah. Dude, I'll be sleeping, and I'll be like, okay, I wake up. Okay, so you wake up. But the scariest one is when you can't breathe. So you're like this, and you can't breathe. Can't move, and you're trying so hard to open your eyes, but you can't. You literally can't open your eyes, and it's literally like you're anticipating. It's like you're anticipating doing something, It's like you're anticipating moving your arm. It's so crazy. It's like you keep trying and you bring yourself to try to do it, and then finally you do it. You're like, fuck, that took like 10 minutes. It's just like the cry. I used to get it all the time.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a demon. I didn't know that was a thing.
Demon are just some like really something out of your nightmares, you know, and it's a biological trick of your brain where like for somehow there's been this glitch where your mind is woken up but your body's still kind of in that deep REM sleep, so your mind tries to jump scare you awake.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And people, they believe this explains old witch attacks in like the old days, because like people thought that like, oh, I was attacked by a witch in the middle of the night, and it looked just like that witch who lives across the street.
Right.
So they think that, you know, what it really was they had sleep paralysis, and, you know,
The scariest.
the scariest person was the fucking hag who lived down the street,
Right,
that kind of looked like a
scary.
witch. So they're like, she attacked me in the middle of the night. What did she do? Well, she scared me and I couldn't move for a while. But then I woke up and she was gone.
That would be fucking. I'm not gonna lie though. If I saw a person I knew from down the street in my room, I would be so fucking sketch. I'd be so scared of that person.
We need to bound her in chains and throw her in the lake, or hang her, or burn her at the stake.
Dude, I probably would be like that too if it was back.
Respect the
"Fuck that
scripture.
bitch."
Respect the scripture.
Dude, what if you're like pulling your pit? You're like pulling. You know how they had those old time like sweatpants? Like you're like getting out. You're like, hey, bitch! You're pulling up your pit. You're pulling up your fucking sweatpants, walking all the way down. Hey, you're walking all the way down to